AFP file. David Gray. Czech Republic's Petra Kvitova hopes her recent bad run in Grand Slams is over. Australian Open finalist Petra Kvitova hailed the end of her Grand Slam bad luck, and of a two-year transition following a knife attack that almost ended her career. Having played only 2 Grand Slam quarterfinals since her Wimbledon triumph in 2014, Kvitova joked last year that she might as well quit playing at the top 4 events. This year's Australian Open offered a different picture of the left-handed Czech, who did not lose a single set on her way to the final, in which she lost to Japan's Naomi Osaka in 3 sets on Saturday. "I'm glad it was only a joke, that it didn't happen," the 28-year-old, who also won Wimbledon in 2011, told reporters in Prague. "I guess it's a compensation for last year, which wasn't the best when it comes to Grand Slams," added Kvitova, who in 2018 reached the last 32 phase at the French and US Open, bowing out of the Australian Open and Wimbledon at the first hurdle. "I wasn't too happy after the loss, but now the positive things prevail," said the new world number 2. "I felt very well throughout those 3 weeks I played in Australia." Kvitova started the year poorly at Brisbane, where she lost in the last 16, but she took the top honors at Sydney a week later, at a tournament where she initially was not expecting to play. Checkered flag. Besides the on-court battles, Kvitova is fighting memories of an attack at her Czech home by a knife-wielding burglar in December 2016, which left deep scars on her left hand. She identified the man and is willing to give her testimony in court in early February on the condition she does not meet the suspect. Petra takes this as an inevitable thing. She knows it's necessary to put an end to the whole affair, her spokesman Carol Tejkal told reporters. Kvitova herself declined to speak about the attack that required a complicated surgery and saw her sink from 6th to 16th in the world. "Such questions make me a bit angry, but I can't do anything about it. But it will be over someday." AFP file. Greg Wood. Petra Kvitova's last Grand Slam success came at Wimbledon in 2014. "I guess this trophy is a checkered flag on those 2 years," Kvitova said, looking at the silver plate she won at Melbourne. One of those to ask her was former world number 1 Jim Courier, on court, following her quarterfinal win against the home crowd's favorite Ashley Barty. "I suppose he didn't want to make me cry, but he did," Kvitova said. "The interview was pretty tough, but he's a nice guy." Nice messages. Sympathy poured in from the Australian audience and from fellow players. "Simona Halep sent me 3 nice messages, after the Sydney win, after the quarterfinal with Ashley Barty and after the final," said Kvitova. "It's great to have such good relationships even when you're at the top of the rankings." If Kvitova had won at Melbourne, she would have replaced Halep as the world number 1, an honor that went to Osaka instead. "We didn't talk about the rankings with Simona," chuckled Kvitova, adding it was not her top priority. "I'm trying to improve as the games go, and I think the rankings will reflect that," she said. Next, the Czech Lioness faces a defense of last year's titles from St. Petersburg this week in Doha a fortnight later. "I'll enjoy St. Petersburg. I'm traveling with my friend. It's a wonderful tournament and I'm looking forward to it," she said. Asked if she was concerned about her health, which has often been an issue in the past, she said, "I know it will be cold at St. Petersburg, but I'll wear a winter jacket and a woolen cap."